Well, como ça va, everybody? This is Eric. This is my channel, Cajun Blade, and today I'm gonna document a little bit of my tallow making process. So, what do I start with? I have here ribeye and brisket fat, locally sourced from my local butcher, all grass-fed, high-quality fat. I'm getting ready to turn it into tallow. This video may have some points where I have to overdub due to the noise of my machinery, but here we go. I got some 20 pounds of frozen tallow. I like to grind mine frozen. I got my sausage grinder, clean tubs. I use a big plate. That way, once it's cooked down, it'll still be big enough to where I can catch it with my strainer. And here we go. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on, and we're gonna overdub this one. All right, we'll go ahead and take our frozen beef tallow, start loading up the throat on my grinder, and just go through the grinding process. If any of you have made sausage, pan sausage, stuffed sausage, made ground meat, y'all know the process. It's the same thing. By doing this, I reduce the size of the chunks of fat. They melt down faster because there's heat distributed well through it. It's not distributing around one large piece where there's, it's attacking a gazillion small ones. So my tallow, process, I can do it in less than an hour, grinding through cooking by doing it this way. A little more labor, but it speeds the process up exponentially. The way I do mine, I normally do not do a water bath tallow. So I have a strainer that is larger than the particles. So I'm able to strain it out, and then I run it through a cotton cloth as I finish my process, and it catches everything. Once it's cooked down, because it will continue to get smaller. So as you can see here, probably shouldn't stick your fingers in the throat. I just get it going right there. Tallow is tacky. Beef fat is tacky, and you don't want to load all the time, so I use my plunger. So we have 20 pounds of raw beef fat. Once it's ground up and cooked down, my yield has been right at 90%, 99.5%. The guy who I get my beef fat from does a good job of removing most meat, like a butcher should, and that way he can save as much as he can for his his other products. So ribeye fat and brisket fat is high quality fat, so that's why I like those two. It's also two tasty pieces of meat, which tells me that's a well-used muscle of the cow, and I think I ought to get quality tallow from it. And this is all I'll cover of the grinding process. We'll go ahead and jump forward to the cooking. Thank you. All right, that was the grinding process. You see the fat here that I ground up. And this is also what was left of my tallow from the last batch. I'm gonna go ahead and recook it, because every time you cook a load of tallow, you have a better chance of removing some imperfections. So you see my pot. I'll go ahead and start heating this up, and we'll start rendering the tallow. This is part 2 of the process. Here we go. Starting to melt the fat. My objective here is to melt it all and then fry up anything that isn't usable tallow. It will then be strained out, leaving me just pure beef tallow. I didn't mention, but this pot here is my grandfather's old crackling pot, which probably, I don't know, 100 years old or so. But cracklings is similar to pork rinds. It's a dish we eat here in South Louisiana. It's basically pork skins, right? But I use it for making all kind of things, big jambalayas, big gumbos, and cooking my tallow in. Comes in handy. All right, so now what we have here, liquid gold, pure beef tallow from beef fat. What made the difference? I cooked down the fat, created the tallow, and I skimmed out all these pieces of beef and gristle. It'll go through one more straining process as it goes into the 5-gallon food grade buckets for storage. Most of this will go into my soaps. Some of it will get used for cooking, not much. This process will probably all go into soaps. I don't make a modern shave soap, so I don't go through a modern process. My tallow soap is labor intensive, but it's a labor of love. I like doing the process. I like keeping my feet on the ground and my product close to earth. and that's what I try to provide. I thank you for joining me. This is Eric, and this is my channel, Cajun Blade. I'm out. Y'all stay classy, baby.